Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Captain of Industry. Let's get back to it. Last episode we added some loose storage for our kind of mining crews over here doing terraforming. And we separated the one for this crew, for the rock. So it's got its own path to its own loose storage here. And I've got 2 trucks assigned just to keep these things emptied. Plus anybody else can kind of pitch in that wants to. Other trucks can come by and help. These guys are doing pretty good, but check this out. I got a bunch of trucks here sitting with rock. They don't have a place to dump it. That is slowing us down, and it's causing these trucks to actually drive up and down this ramp because they'll go to this tower whenever they run out of material. I suppose I could put this tower down here. But what we really need to do is get another loose storage for them to dump a rock, because they're going to have a ton more rock than they're going to have anything else. And then find a place to route that rock. We could run another belt down here and just start filling in this area to get rid of the rock. Or we could go bold and try and find a path through through all this mess to maybe have them start filling in this old coal mine. Tons of room for rock in here. This is no longer needed. We've mined it out. And we used to have a ramp down here. There's our old ramp. We're not using that anymore. So we could route some rock this way. It's a little more tricky, but we are going to need tons of rock this way. And then we could even extend that and use rock to kind of fill out this area. So what do we want to do? Do we want to do that? The challenge is going to be, can I get a belt through all these trees? Let's see how things are looking. Yeah, I left myself a tiny path here. Seems like this should be wider, right? Let's turn off trees. Just so we can get a path. I'm going to turn off trees here. Even though we want more trees desperately in this area, I'm going to turn that off just so we have room to run a belt down through here. I got to wait for those trees to get cut. Some of this can be filled in with dirt as well. Let's take a look at the overlay. It looks like this area doesn't have ore, right? Underneath it, like this part I'm mousing over. So maybe we should focus on filling this in first. Then we can cover that with dirt and have more forestry area. And then later worry about routing the rock down this way, maybe to help fill in this coal mine. We are going to get a bunch of rock when we level this area off. And that's coming soon. It looks like... yeah, so let's do that. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. So much to do, so much on my brain. Let's turn off the noise, and we'll put down another loose storage for rock. I think this will work just fine. It's not a size of the storage thing, it's a throughput of the belts issue, so I can get by with these little storages, I believe. Gonna be rock. And we want to belt that out of here. But this is important. We need land for everything we want to do. Produce circuits, electronics, all the stuff that's coming, vehicle part 3s and construction part 27s. We need land. And in order to get land, we got to keep this terraforming optimized as best we can. So that's why I'm kind of hyper focused on this right now. Okay, more U-shaped conveyor. This is construction part 3s, so this does take some resource. I think it's going to be quite a while before we get our next belt upgrade, unfortunately. We have one more port here to get under. And this one, yeah, we're going to just... guess maybe down in this area somewhere and let it fill in all this. So let's dip under. Come on up. Kind of ignoring here. Let's try to maintain some pillars so trucks have a way to get through if they want. Our limestone storage looks like it's getting filled up too, so we may want to reassign this excavator to do something else. Maybe work on the ramp. Or a ramp. Some ramp somewhere. Should this guy sneak under all this? How do we want to get this guy out of here? Guess there's still going to be room for trucks to get through here. Let's try this. The problem, we'll move it. Okay, maybe stay low on another ramp or something. Kind of want to get over to this area. Do I need excavators over here? I guess I don't. Let's skip the ramp and we'll put one in if we need it later. Let's try to work this guy back somewhere towards the middle-ish of this area. Storage. Like that. Rock. Keep empty. Assign a truck. What are we doing on construction part 3s? We have 1,700, so we're doing okay. I'm gonna actually preserve a pillar here. That's all good. That is all good, and then we'll just assign that as a dumping spot, and hopefully they'll take some rock there as well. I think I'm going to let trucks build. Trucks are very busy. I've got room for 8 more vehicles. Let's get 2 more trucks queued up. Tons of workers here. Yeah, let's get 2 more trucks, and then we'll save room for excavators and tree harvester, tree equipment. I don't want to use up my whole quota. What next? What next? Wood chips, I noticed, are starting to stack up. Let's try shutting the coal off over here. Those can be paused, and these guys can be paused. That's where the workers are. Still have a bunch of coal in here. And then we said our limestone hoppers are full, right? So let's get this guy reassigned. I think this is the limestone miner guy. What could you do? That's all going to be limestone. There's some rock here he could mine, but I think I'm just going to take him off the job and put him maybe. Could have him just flatten all this, but there isn't really a need to level this off with all these little hills. Where I could start a ramp over this way, get to this top of this land, and maybe leave a path for trucks to come through here. Let's take a look. Yeah, there's tons of room here. Let's maybe have that guy do that. Just wondering if trucks can get here. Let me borrow this guy. Can you get onto the sand dunes here, buddy? It looks like you can. So I could set up a guy to do a little bit of mining here and create a ramp. And then just cart that stone down here. The dirt can probably join up with the dirt belt. It seems like that one's not backed up much. I got 2 trucks on this. They're trying. They have a long way to drive. Oh boy. That's a problem we're gonna have to solve. Yeah, trucks can get down here. Let's set up a new designation over here to kind of tower or ramp up this hill. Where's the most reliable way to do it? Are you gonna get ore? There's no ore over here, so that's gonna be a bunch of rock. Okay, that's level 10. Yeah, let's go with designations first. I'm gonna level 10. Let's do some of this, some of that. Get me to level 10, and then you can start your ramp. Up through this mess. Just like that. Boom. Oh man, we're still backed up. Still backed up. In fact, I have too many trucks assigned here. Let's take this back. These guys don't have far to drive. Bet we could get by with 5 trucks. These 2, what's going on, fellas? Why not? Why not empty this? That is actually a backed up belt. I kind of don't ever want to see that. Let's sign another one. What is this guy doing? Let's go, buddy. Oh, he's assigned to that one. I see. All right. All right. Maybe 2 will keep up. Okay, let's finish over here too. I wouldn't mind this guy leveling this land, so let's put designations for that. Just so it's easier to get around here. In fact, you can start with this. This is going to be our limestone miner. It's just we have tons of limestone, so we'll get this guy working on something else that he can be productive on. And it's going to start with this little patch. And then we can put some dumping designations. I guess he can use these. Trucks can still get down here pretty easy. But my little ramp extension thing didn't work very well at all. I should have just kept it narrowly focused, but we didn't gain much by leveling out this area. We may level out, or the next ramp exercise may be over here. He's got something to do. And he's got plenty of trucks. I think he has 3. That's this guy. Get 7 trucks. Give him 6. And let's actually have him dump his dirt to the extent he gets dirt. Let's actually link him to this, just so he's not driving across the map, his trucks. The stone, I'm fine. They can drive down and get rid of it here for now. Once we get to doing this ramp, then we'll put loose storage and route it down on the beach here. Something to have him fill in this area. That's all that. We stopped the coal coal-fired plant. We can see we already chewed through a bunch of wood chips since we did that. These trees seem to be growing pretty quick. I've got these guys kind of carving out a path here. They're going to hit some limestone as they do it. That can all go down to level 1, 2. What else? Saplings are getting a little low. We have the workers. Let's turn on this farm. What else? What else? What else? What else? Can we touch on recycling? Coal is a little dubious. This is the coal for our blast furnaces. Getting a little nervous about coal. We have a fair amount here, but it's just a little concerning. Let's give these guys more to mine. They can ramp all that down to 21. That should bring in some coal. These guys are working on extending this ramp a little bit, just so we can get at this stuff. It's still pretty deep, I think. Yeah, we've got quite a few layers left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 layers down from here. This guy is still able to do work. Landmine is... These guys, I think they're okay. They're waiting to dump. What else? Could probably go down to 1 excavator here, too. Let's take a stab at recycles. We got a little bit of time. These guys are the ones we want to do recyclables with. And let's see what's going to be involved. We're going to need a waste sorting plant. How much can you do? 144 every 60 seconds. And what are we going to get maximum? 18 times 6 is... What does that come out to be? 100 and something? What would it be? 120 minus 12? Something like that? 108? No, it's not 108. Yeah, it is 108. How is that possible? 1, 2, 3. Yep. And I'm a little short on sleep. But I think 1 sorting facility would be able to handle all the recyclables we're getting out of this mess. I think we can do it right here. We're going to get edicts, though, that allow us to boost recycling, right? We have those here, right? Recycling increases. Thinking. Let's start with 1. Waste sorting plant. What does this guy actually do? Okay, takes recycles or takes crushed recycles or pressed recycles. Guess that's if you want to ship it a long distance, you could compress it. And then you don't know what you're going to get out of it. Like a box of chocolates. We're going to route the iron scrap into our blast furnaces. Same thing with the copper. The gold, we'll have to set up new smelting for that. And then glass, we have a place to smelt that already. That's a bit of a belt run, but we can do it. This seems to be the place. I don't think we're going to extend this line. The only thing we could do here is lab equipment. 1, it does take, I think, electronics and mechanical parts. We look at the recipe for that. Yeah, mechanical parts and electronics would get us lab equipment 1. But then after that stage, we need paper and steel. Could do that down here. But I'm thinking of actually doing it way over here. And then we'll make new mechanical parts out of steel, which we have nearby. That's glass. That is steel. So we have... Oh, that's not coming in via belt. This is trucked in steel. Thought we had steel over here. Maybe we don't. We have steel right there. Yeah, make our own mechanical parts. Electronics are right here. That won't be hard to route into this area. And then we can do lab equipment 1 and lab equipment 2 and put a research lab or 2 over here. That's kind of my plan. Here's our glass production. So we'll send that recycled glass right onto this glass mix line, I think, and it'll smelt it for us. In fact, let's make sure that recipe is selected here. Broken glass. Broken glass. And I think all of these guys are set to do the scrap. All of these blast furnaces looks like it. Looks like it. Let's double check them. Yep. Yep. I think we can put both on the same belt. If not, we'll figure it out. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll start with one waste sorting plant. We'll leave room for another. I need room for a belt to wiggle through here. And you can be fairly snug, I think. Try that. And let's get our little recyclies out. I think those are what? Is that a U-shaped conveyor for these? Looks like it. And what's the throughput gonna be like? I guess we'll use the big ones, or the upgraded ones. Down we go. Boink. Get all these connected up, and we'll change the recipe. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all hooked up. Let's change the recipe to these. I'm wondering if... Can we change the priorities? Yeah, boom. If we should leave this recipe enabled just in case the recyclables back up. Also wondering if we should have left room for like a big buffer. Can I get a big ugly storage in there? Not really. Could if I move things down. Of course, everything's being built. Yeah, I guess we'll skip the storage. Enable these. Move them up. In fact, I think I'll start by disabling the non-maintenance ones. So that's what I want right there. Let's eyedropper you. Double check this one. We'll start with that. Okay, now we're going to need belts, and we're going to need sorters, right? U-shaped sorters, a bunch of them, 4 of them, or 3 of them. How do we want to do that? Where do we want to route this stuff? That wood we could always move. Just I see a road here. We can stack belts too. You can go up high. So for example, we're going to split off of this machine. Do I do anything here? Recipe-wise? I guess I don't. Let's pause for a second. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. This is all going to be U-shaped conveyors. That's our output. There's no pollution that comes out of this thing, which is kind of nice. And does it need power? Yeah, electricity. Should be okay. Just thinking of how we're going to do it. So we have that. We get a U-shaped sorter. Flip it. Okay, will you flip? Yeah, like that. Set you to iron scrap. Can you do multiples? Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know. I thought you could only take one off the belt. In our case, we only need one off the belt. So here comes our iron scrap. And it needs to hop on. Really, right there would be the ideal spot, but anywhere is probably fine. Needs to get up through here, though, somehow. And hop over and right on top of that belt just to save space. Come on through. It needs to get on this belt of crushed iron. The other option would be to set up another blast furnace just to process this, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense. How can we do it where it's not going to look ugly? I could ride under this belt. Connect right there would be nice. Might be possible. Yeah, we could come around back this way, right alongside this guy, and then come right across. We're not too worried about traffic coming through here, apparently, because I've got this on the ground. Copper's going to go behind us. And it's going to try to get hooked up here somewhere. Maybe we do that one first. Working on the design. I think this has to be pushed forward a bit. Where are you? U-shaped sorter. Like that. I'm okay with this guy kind of doubling back. Is this going to impact anything if we add another one? I don't think so. We can always boost it, I imagine. potentially block a road. We can come up. Fit there or not? Usually it won't go under a ramp, yeah. That should work. These guys are set to take copper scrap. It's interesting. We don't get any slag with that, and we actually get less, a little tiny bit less exhaust too. Of course, I want the slag so we can fill, but that's all right. Let's change this guy over to copper scrap and connect up our belt. Do a little segment of belt there, and the next is going to be iron. I'm wondering if it should just branch the other direction. We should flip it, come up around here, and come through and try to hook up to this guy. I think that's what I want. So let's flip, drop you down. That's going to be iron. Iron scrap. Probably don't need a level 2 for this, but we'll do it. Let's match pillars if we can. We'll have to drop one early. I don't like the look, but we're going to have to go with it, I think. Why will you not? Should be able to hop right there, fellas. Right there. Got it there for a second. Isn't that weird? There we go. Boom. Oh. Why not? Why not? Is it just too much with the curve? Put a pillar down. Right. Yeah, it doesn't want it. What could be the issue? Why won't you? Yeah, it does not want to put down along here for some reason. Why not? What's going on? Okay, I got it. No idea what the issue was there. This guy can't. Yeah, he's next to these two. Shoot. He's not going to be able to connect up next to one of these connectors, so it's going to complain. Too close to a connector. Can you hop into that? That would do it. That would do it. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Glass. Glass and gold. Gold. Not sure what we're going to do. Glass. Glass has a long trip to make. Glass mix comes out right here. We could get into that belt somehow. Right there, right after these mixers. How can we do it without it looking ugly and people complaining? I think if we get across, then maybe something like this alongside this slag belt. We just need to find a way across. Maybe. Ooh, there's no room there. What could we do? We could come up around here and maybe find a way up through this way and ride along this slag belt and then cut over and find a way here. That would be our recycled glass. Yep. Later, if we do set up the research lab over this way, we're going to have to route those recyclables all the way back down to here with another belt. It's hard to keep it clean. All right, less crying, more building. Let's do it. I'm just going to put a little segment there for the heck of it to separate these things. U-shaped sorter. This time we're going to flip again. I haven't taken gold off yet. We could just store it till we know what we're going to do. Or compact it? Is there such a thing as compacted gold scrap? If there is, it would show up in here, I think. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't see it in here. Unless it goes to flat conveyor for some reason. Oh, it does. I think there is. Yeah, maybe. We could store it compacted. Or we could just smelt it and trade it or something. Let's look real quick. Just want to know that I can get rid of it if I need to. If it fills up before we use it. I doubt we get much gold out of all this recycling. Is there any non-contract way? Right here, I could trade it for microchips, just as a quick trade, and maybe store the microchips or something if we had to get rid of it and it was backing up our recycling. All right, but glass first. Glass first. Glass first. I think we're going to try to ride along these three coming across. Shaped conveyor. We'll go with the level 2s. I don't think we need level 2s. But I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to try to. They don't really care about pillars until we get out here. All right. We're going to be heading off that way, so at some point we're going to have to hop over these guys. I guess maybe here, or we could go under. We do have room to go under. Let's try that. And then come up as we go this way. Again, this is all of our recycled glass. So glass scrap. I think we can sneak back here. What is that going to do? Are we going to mess with ramp problems? Possibly. This is going to block off a path, but there's really... This ramp... This area is already kind of cut off to excavators as it is. I'm not going to worry about that at the time, for now at least. little better job with the pillars. Back. Okay, we need to come down. Try and connect with that. Boom. Okay, there's our recycled glass. How are we doing on glass? We have a ton because we're not making lab equipment or vehicle part 2s. Why aren't we making vehicle part 2s? I guess we could turn this guy on. We might as well fill that warehouse up. That'll use a little glass. So I think that's it for glass. The last one is gold and gold scrap. Let's see what we can do. If there's going to be a process for that. I can just look at one of our blast furnaces. Do I need anything special? Broken glass, iron scrap, copper scrap. Looks like we do, because I don't see gold scrap here. Oh man. Let's take a look. Is it even here? It's not listed. That's not fortunate for us. Iron scrap. Gold scrap. Gold furnace, which is locked. So the best we could do is compact it and store it. I don't think we can use it as a fill material, although that would be interesting. Let's see. Can we use it as a fill? Gold ore, not the scrap. All right, I think we need to compact it and store it until we unlock gold. I don't think we're going to have much of it. We probably could have done gold first. Wonder if another splitter would fit right there. We could branch it out this way maybe and come over here and just compact and store or something. Get a lot of wasted space here too. Let's see if we can fit one in here. Flip that guy. Drop him on there. Connect up. This is going to be goldy. Do we have it? Gold scrap? What am I missing? Gold scrap right there. Will we not produce it if I don't know, if I'm not able to process it? Is that what's going on here? I don't see an option to filter it. There's my iron. This is alphabetical. I don't see a gold scrap. So maybe we don't get this until we unlock it. If we leave this as nothing, let's just leave that the way it is. And get all this built. So let's unpause. Boom. Maybe we don't need to worry about gold. We'll find out. We will find out. Let's play. I think that's initial recycles. Check it out. Here they come. Kind of cool, right? This is all stuff we've been wasting for a long time. And then can we get recycling out of these folks? I didn't think we had one yet. Module for that. We have biomass, that's in place. Waste collection is just the garbage. Transformer water facility, biomass collection, clinic. We got to get around to doing that. Oh man. Housing 2. Let's look at the tech tree real quick. Recycle, maybe? Recyclables. edicts. That is done, and we have biomass collection. Got to be more than that, right? We have the compactor unlocked. Gave us a compactor and a shredder. Settlement recycling. That is not done yet. Let's get that added to the queue, even though I don't have a research lab going yet. We're going to want that. We're going to want that. And then let's just check on things, and then we'll call it. Okay, mind control tower. This guy. Okay, he's done flattening this area. Let's give him more area to flatten. Like all this. And you can just start by flattening this area for us. And I need not to overlap with this, otherwise these guys are going to jump up and do work that I don't want them to do. You can flatten all that for us. This can all go. That can go, although it doesn't look like it's been flattened. I guess it... let's see. That's showing 11. We want down to level 10, so that all needs to go. And it needs to be replaced with this. This can go. I'm going to adjust things a little bit. This guy, I'm going to trim you guys down a little bit. Like that. And then this one, tons of limestone, so we don't need to mine limestone for a while. This guy can help out here. You can actually do all this. Boom. And let's flatten this to level 10. All this garbage. Just because we can. And then next episode, we might set up loose storage here and start routing that rock down here to be dumped. Right now he's set to still take his dirt over there. It's not optimal. We may do something about that. Next episode too. What else? What else? Okay, we got room for saplings there, so this guy can keep, this farm can keep going. Wood chips are not exactly accumulating, but we are powering the whole place on wood chips at the moment. Recycling. Beginnings. This belt's got something on it. Iron scrap. This should be like a priority, right? We'll see. If it backs up, we'll have to rework these belts so that the iron scrap is prioritized. But we may process enough, we may be smelting enough iron that this always gets used. But I have a feeling this is going to become a problem, especially when we're not burning through construction parts. We're not doing as much smelting. These recyclables are going to back up, and it's going to be a problem for us. I'm pretty sure that is going to happen, or it's likely to happen. So we'll have to come up with a solution for that. Right now, I think we'll be okay, maybe. We'll see. That's a problem that's brewing. That's a slow ticking time bomb that we'll have to get to. No glass came out yet. It looks like it wasn't. It was mostly iron. I'm guessing that's going to probably be the case, right? Where most of the scrap we get is iron. Although, hey, there's some copper scrap. Cool. All right, yeah. Not bad. We're recycling. We're doing it. Coal. Where's my coal supply? Coal's looking better. Happy about that. We got a bunch of room here to place dirt, and we can actually start extending our forestry. Might look into that next episode, and we can reroute this water pipe as well, so this goofy hook can go away. yeah, more to do. That's it for this one. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series on Captain of Industry. Look at all the stuff we have to do. We're going to flatten all of this. Oh, one last thing I'll show you before we sign off. And I'll have to mention it in another episode too, because people probably aren't watching this far out. But I kind of marked the bottom of the map where I think we can do our fill. This is the furthest out I could do a fill designation. And so to give you an idea of how far that is, it's from there to there. I think we can actually fill and have be buildable land. Boom to boom. And then up top, let's just see. Did I put one here? I didn't. Right now I'm doing a fill designation. Flat. Let's, oh, here it is. Yeah, that's as far as we can go out here. So there's that. If I scroll back, boom, boom, boom. That's how far we can actually fill. So it's huge. Huge, huge. Huge amount of land. But we need it. We get a lot of production lines we want to set up. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Glidercat signing off. I will see you all in the next one.